Welcome back, you lovely, lovely, lovely people, for another community update for this week ending in the 7th of February 2020. Mantic managed a whole second week of their podcast/YouTube thing, starting off with an impressive 10 minutes of silence before they figured out how, microphones and cameras work. Rob Berman joined the chap whose name I can't remember. He never introduced himself, and I'm far too lazy to look it up, so I'm calling him Mr. Mantic. Anyway, he's joined by Rob for an update on the League of Infamy, and then spent half the podcast talking about Dreadpool. But we know the Pledge Manager will be open at some point, and they showed off the first production master of the miniatures. I say showed off, they kind of held them towards the bottom of the camera a little bit. Having spent my entire mortgage on the Kickstarter pledge, I'm nervously awaiting their arrival, but I'll be waiting for a while because it's not going out until the winter. Good golly! Hey guys, you should invite dedicated community update people for sneak previews and give them a free pre-release copy. That'd be great PR. Am I right? Am I right? I'm not right. Sticking with Mantic, they've published a beginner's guide to the Mantic armies for Kings of War. This brief précis is intended as a once-over for prospective players looking to choose their first army, which is pretty cool. The only caveat is that it is written by Rob Berman, which means the Goblin section will be highly detailed and the others, let's just say, somewhat more sketchy. Bless his little goblin-y socks. The Until Somebody Loses an Eye blog has continued the regular blog updates with a guide to the Goblin slasher model everyone's been raving about. With the lack of assembly instructions that come with them, these blogs are a fantastic guide to the more hobby cack-handed among us. Not me. I just wang them together any old way and to hell with the consequences. I'm that kind of guy. If you haven't seen it yet, a fun read is notorious power gamer Jake Cherapika's Brotherhood of Blood blog. This is impossible to say. I've tried to say it 4 times so far. I'm going to go again, but without re-recording it. Jake Cherapika's Brotherhood of Blood blog. Over on -28. Jeez. He's tracking his progress painting a brand new undead army with a new update every week to keep himself motivated. Why not head over and tell him to include more war machines? Andy2D6 has cracked on with version 3 updates on his YouTube channel with a tournament update and a battle report. Aside from gazing at his handsome face and delightful orange room, he's particularly good at talking strategy, so if you've got a couple of hours to spare, it's worth a watch. There's a couple of blogs I didn't have time to put in last week, but I'd scribbled down so you're getting them now. The first is Richard Heath's Yith's Wargaming blog. He covers a bunch of wargames, but is planning on doing more Kings of War this year, with an update featuring his rather lovely Wiltfather conversion. The other is the Chronicles of War blog, which again covers a bunch of wargames but has a Northern Alliance force that its author, whose name I've misplaced, has been working through for tournament play. So there you go. Last week I was totally remiss in not mentioning the Kings of War International Campaign Day, which is tomorrow, Saturday the 7th of February. It's not too late to take part, with games taking part across the world in 3 time zones for a coordinated campaign. Search for Kings of War International Campaign Day on Facebook for the details. Ben Stoddard is the mastermind behind it, and frankly he's done all the work. What a legend. Louis Augustus has been posting atmospheric pictures of his Northern Alliance force for a while, and the latest is this Ice Queen. What I really like is the effort he's putting into the backstory, which really adds depth to his force. Bob Nelson has been posting updates to his dwarves, with the latest being this 3D printed Earth Elemental Regiment, which I think has come out really nicely. I also caught sight of these 2 Bangits on Wrong Reach's Facebook page. They're really cool, but he hasn't posted them anywhere else, so I thought I'd give you a look. Lastly, I'm officially unveiling the Chris Walsh section of these updates, where I just stare at the latest creation from the bizarre mind of Mr. Walsh and give a loud sigh. Because damn! Well, that's it for this week, you gorgeous, lovely people. Thanks for watching. If there's anything you want to see on these updates, please just shoot me a note on Facebook or in the comments and I'll do my best to include it. Otherwise, I'm just scraping around for content every week like some kind of loser stuck in a room on my own all day, which is what I am. See you next week.